ECC kids. It's time for Gardening with Mr. Steve. I hope you all have had a good week and have been nice to everybody in your family. And I hope you're enjoying all the different videos and programs that you're seeing on your mom and dad's computer, and some of you on your TVs that are all coming from your teachers here at ECC. Well, it's been a week. I'm sure we've had some things grow in the garden, but what do we look at first? Let's take a look at those carrots. Look at this, they keep growing. And today I'm here a little later than normal. And what do we have out here? It's the sun. Look how much sun is on these plants, and that's what makes them grow nice and tall. Let's take a look at this carrot real carefully. Whoa, that carrot keeps growing. And remember, these are the little roots, and that's where it gets water, so that when it grows, and we're gonna put it back nice and carefully, and then I'm gonna push it down and give it some water. And so that'll keep going with the green going up and the orange going down, and then we'll have some nice crunchy carrots. Maybe we'll plant some more so that when you come back, we'll have some nice carrots for you to try. These are collard greens. Remember last week, we picked a lot of them and we took them down to the food bank, and they actually cooked them there and gave them out as free meals to the community that was in need of food. So that went right to where it was needed. So let's see, I've got a bag here because last week the pepper plant was this tall. Look how much it grew in 1 week. Can you grow that much in 1 week? No, but the pepper plants can. So what do we have here? We've got some peppers. So we're gonna pick these and we're going to snap it off and put it in the bag. And you can see there's some new ones growing here. Look at that. Remember, the green pepper comes out of the white flower. Here's a pretty white flower, and it's going to turn into a pepper. There's a little baby pepper right here. Can you see that? Look how little it is. It's only as big as my finger, and it's gonna get pretty big. Here's one down here, and I'm gonna snap that off. Look at that, how much it grows. There's the baby one that came out of the white flower, and there's the one that was ready to pick. So that's really good, because they'll be able to use that for dinner tonight. And 2 weeks ago, we planted these poblano peppers, which are kind of hot peppers, and they're growing real nicely. And look what's happening here. The flowers are starting to form. These may come, I don't even know what color that flowers. It might be white flowers, it might be yellow, it might even be purple flowers. I don't know yet. So next week, we'll get to see what color flowers the poblano pepper makes. And then a few weeks after that, we'll start getting the peppers coming out. And those will be nice long peppers, about this long. Nice and long and green. Let's take a look at the tomatoes. Remember last week, we had a whole bunch of green tomatoes here. So we're gonna pick all of these red tomatoes and put those in the bag. And there's some more in here. Put those in the bag. And then when you look at this one, whoop, there we go, there's two. But look how many green tomatoes we have here. Because this plant, we gave it sun, we gave it food, and we gave it water. And look up here, this plant is putting out a lot of little cherry tomatoes. And these are nice and sweet tomatoes, they're really tasty. Those are good in salads. And then, down here, we'll look at the other tomatoes. There's a big red one here. Woohoo! That goes in the bag. Remember, when it's red, it's ripe, and it gets to go in the bag. And then I'm gonna pick all of these that are looking good and ready. We have some that are yellow. Do we pick them when they're yellow? No, we wait till they're nice and red. So these go in the bag. Some of them are big, some of them are not so big. And this one will be red in about 2 days. And then we have some, on this one, That's called a big beef tomato. And it's gonna be really, really big. So they're gonna keep growing bigger and bigger, and then they're gonna turn nice and red. And then we're gonna pick them and we're gonna take them to the food bank. So everything else here is doing very, very well because we feed them and they get water and they get the sun. And that's what makes our garden grow. I think that's it for this week. We checked out our carrots, we picked some things that will go to the food bank, and we can see that everything else keeps growing. So I'm gonna water everything before I go home to make sure they have plenty to drink. And then next week, we'll give them some more blue food because they'll be hungry by then. I hope you had a good time today. Be nice to your mommy and daddy. If you have brothers and sisters, be nice to them too. And if you have pets like dogs and cats and things like that, be nice to them too because they're inside the house with you a lot. I hope you're getting outside, going to parks and taking walks or riding your bikes, or whatever you like to do, because it's almost summertime and it's really nice. It's good to be outside some. So we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye from Mr. Steve.